on Instagram. And if you're watching me on YouTube or or LinkedIn or wherever, come on over to the Clubhouse room so you can get attention from everyone. And Ramon, I just want to say thank you so much for being vulnerable at the end of your segment. And it just leads so perfectly in today's segment, which I'm going to talk about. If this is your first time hearing my voice, I am Tina, also known as Stars Tina. Why Stars Tina? Because I absolutely love the stars, the moon, and I believe my whole life I've always, as a child, shoot for the moon, and if you fall, you're still amongst the stars, right? That's how I kind of came up with Stars Tina. And I am a life and health coach. If you want to get fancy with it, a health and wellness strategist, because I'm putting tools and tips and strategies and things to help with your mental health, your traumas through exercise. And if you did not know, this month is Mental Health Awareness Month. And if you heard the last segment, and Ramon, I hope you can stay in here and give me your thoughts or comments if you want regarding mental health, because a lot of people like to run away from it. They like to shy from it. And I speak from experience. I speak from what my clients have gone through. I speak from what I've experienced and studied. It's not just like jibber, jatter, right? I've taken lots of courses because this is something that's so close to my heart. And if you guys didn't know, 1 in 5 people suffer from some type of mental issues, experience mental illness, and that's about 50 million people in the United States. I mean, think about it. Some people, if you're wondering why some people are at the traffic light and they're screaming and honking and just like getting so mad, I just kind of look at them and I smile, and that makes them even more mad. But think about what's actually going on in the mind of that person that's so angry because you're driving too slow. I'm talking about myself, because you Florida people, let me tell you guys, these Florida people, they don't, maybe because I'm older, when I was younger, I used to drive fast, but they drive so fast and they're always honking and giving me the finger. And I'm just like, have a great day. I love you. Jesus loves you. What's going on in their head? So that's the first thing that I wanted to share today when it comes to mental health. And also, if you didn't know, this is which goes deep to my heart. One in 6 youths, children between the ages of 6 and 17, 6 years old, experience a mental health disorder each and every year. And the reason why I'm getting so emotional, because 2 children, one extremely close to me, have expressed thoughts, emotions, comments about suicide. Can you imagine being 9 years old, 12 years old? I speak on Traumedy and to children. If you're looking at my screen right now, I am holding up a board. And on this board, there are different emoji faces. We love emojis, right? Happy, surprised, excited, bored. And in my program for children, I teach children how to tap into their emotions. What are they feeling? Some adults can't even express how they're feeling. You're like, I don't know. Why? Because they're scared to dig deep and really feel. So my goal is to teach children when they're young, because when you're young, you're like, hey, I'm happy, I don't care, I'm just like, woo woo. So you're gonna express how you truly feel. So a kid may say, I'm scared, I'm mad, I'm angry. Okay, they understand what they're feeling, tap it on the screen, and then I need you to express it, children and adults, right? If you're mad, why are you mad? Well, you know what, Mom? I'm mad because my lunch was like a peanut butter and jelly, and everyone else had a sub from Subway, and I just felt horrible. The children need to express how they feel. And then lastly, my goal is to teach them how to overcome these feelings. And as I said, I was speaking once to some children, 6th graders. It was 75 students, and I put up the board. It was I had done a 4-week program, and this was the last session, and I was going over recaps. And I was like, okay, what have you learned? And I said, what happens when you don't tap into your emotions? Clubhouse space, unmic right now for me right now. And what do you think happens? I'd like to, and type in the chat, what do you think happens if you don't tap into your feelings? Can anyone share?
You explode.
Okay, what else?
And find ways to cope that may be outside of yourself, that could be self-destructive, or like bad eating habits.
Love that. Anyone else? Love it. Anyone else? What else happens when you don't express your feelings? In the chat, type in. Let me hear it. Anybody?
And you become a grumpy old man like me. They can tell you from Archie Bunker or George Jefferson. I don't know which one.
I love that. You get grumpy. What else? Give me some more things. What happens? If you're just tapping and the question on the table is, type in the chat, what happens when you don't tap into your emotions and express them and, get them out? What happens? Give me some more.
Become depressed.
Become depressed. Anyone else? I'm going to look in the chat. Health says illness, stress, right? So when I ask...
You don't live your best life.
You can't live your best life. I love that. So family and friends, when I asked that question to a room full of 6th graders, which is 12 years old, this little girl raises her hand and she says, when you don't tap into your emotions, you can commit suicide and die. Woo! Let me tell you, the room got silent. It was only the principal and another teacher in the room. And I kind of looked around the room and I'm just like, okay, T. And this was in the first 5 minutes, guys. And I was like, really, girl, that's how we're going to start the conversation today. And I know, I made it light. And I did talk to the child afterwards. But my point is 1 and 6 youths experience mental health. I know another child, 9 years old, she told her friend, when I go to your birthday party, I'm going to kill myself. 9 years old. How crazy is that? And again, this is someone that's close to my heart. And you would never even express this. 75% of adults report physical or mental or emotional symptoms. What can that look like? That can look like stress. It can look like a headache, fatigue, anxiety, like all these things right there. And this one blew my mind when I was getting my statistics today. It said suicide remains a leading cause of death. That's 1 in 5 people say they struggled with their mental health recently, right? I get bottled up and later explode. Aiden said that right there. We're not going to keep this too heavy today because it can be heavy for some people and we don't always want to be heavy. Mary Kim said it can eat you alive from the inside out. Totally agree with that. So the reason why I wanted to come up with this topic, like I said, is because it's Mental Health Awareness Month. And I just want us, when we look at people, just have some compassion, right? You don't know what someone's going through. On the outside, they can be so happy and just smiling, right? I always say, look out for your strong friends. Look out for those people, like myself, putting myself out there, that I'm not going to say I'm a little too happy because I am very happy. It's just for me, my highs are very, very high and my lows are lows. And my daughter's like, I got to balance it out. So this month, I decided to do something a little different. If you didn't know, I speak once a month on a local news station, Great Day Tampa. And this Friday, I'll be going on. And when I gave them my ideas, I mentioned Mental Health Awareness Month. And I said, I'm creating I normally call it Traumedy Kit, after my book, No More Traumedy, but that's a little too deep for some people. So I've created a stress-free kit. And in this stress-free kit, and if you're looking at the screen, you can see it's a beautiful blue box with my logo on top, are things inside this kit filled to get you free from that stress. So this month, every segment's going to be about mental health awareness and things that can help you get out of that mojo, out of that feeling, out of everything. So stress is no longer an expectation. I don't know if you guys realize this. Smoking is kind of like gone away, right? People used to always smoke. I remember as a child, my parents had a record store in Patterson. And if you're from Patterson, New Jersey, the store was called Nathan Skate. There was a movie theater next to it. I love this so much because the movie theater would always play Bruce Lee movies. And I got to go for free. So I watched all the Bruce Lee movies. You remember the one with the mirrors, guys? And he would be in there and he was doing all these things with it. If you can see me, I'm doing the Bruce Lee moves. Anyway, my mother would always send me to the store to get cigarettes for her. She's like, girl, why you put me on blast like that? And back then, it didn't matter. You didn't have to be a certain age. I was probably like 8 or 9. Tap in the chat, Mom, and tell me how old I was, because I don't remember. I know I was young. And I remember Virginia Slim's Regular Light, because I had to keep saying it in my head so that I can remember it. But my family and friends, a lot of people have stopped smoking. And what have they turned that smoking into? Stress. People are living with stress every single day. Me, I always say, nope, I'm not stressed. I'm not stressed. There's no stress. I'm only blessed. But sometimes because I'm forcing that I'm not stressed, I may be a little stressed in some areas and then just let it go. So in this particular stress-free kit, I want to share 2 things with you today that can help you get rid of the stress. It can also help with your mental health to get it going right. These are beautiful little affirmation cards, and focus on what you can change and you will be on the path to success. And I talk about this all the time. If you're stressing about something, if you're upset about something, if you can't fix it right then and there at that moment, let it go. Leave it alone. Why even worry about it if you can't change it? And then there's a little exercise in the back of this card. Pause for a moment to consider the amount of energy you have been putting into things you cannot control. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but that's just deep right there. I'm going to repeat it again. And if you want to reply or give your comments on this statement or anything I've said, I'm going to give you time to do that. Pause for a moment to consider the amount of energy you have been putting into things you cannot change. Energy is priceless. People say to me all the time, Tina, where do you get your energy from? Blah, 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 blah. This stuff is not easy, right? It comes, but then you got to pause for it. So if you can't change it, don't give it out there. Pausing for a second. If anyone wants to jump in, question, comment. I'm getting hot. I don't know about you. Question, comment. All right. Let's keep this train moving. We are now 15 minutes after the hour. And I also wanted to, as we're here, invite you, if you like what you're hearing right now, to come deeper into our community. There's many ways of how to do it. And I've recently become a part of this company. It's an app, and it just brings our community even better. And this to have one-on-one conversations with me, one-on-one conversations with my community. And each month we have some type of challenge. Being again that it's Mental Health Awareness Month, we're doing so many things to just break down those walls and those barriers. The second thing I want to talk about in this kit, where is it? Journaling. This is a journal that we have. It's really simple, guys. It's just paper. And for me, I'm kind of embarrassed to say this, but I journal most when I'm angry or I'm sad or I'm in a not so good place. It's like, I just gotta get it out of my body, right? And this is so important when you're going through things in your life. And you can always go back to it. Like my journals, you always want to date it, right? And then go back maybe a year or so. What was I going through? How did I get through it? And you will be able to do that. So the last thing that I want to give you in regards to this kit here is just setting your mindset, because that's so very important when it comes to life and things that you want to achieve. If you're just all over the place, willy-nilly, it doesn't really help you out. My only reframe would be less stress versus no stress. I like that. Me and health are always going back and forth. Not understanding your emotions or being able to identify or articulate thoughts shows up in the body like having an unregulated nervous system and misalignment in the chakras. Earthing helps me to recenter and become back into alignment. River, if you want to share a little more about that, go ahead. Otherwise, I'm going to talk about it because I love that. So River's talking about grounding. And there's videos, and I see someone on Instagram talking about the stress-free kit. I'll give you more information about that. But if you've ever, some people don't like walking around barefoot. I absolutely love it. It's like, I guess I'm kind of a country girl. But he's saying your nervous system. I don't know about you, but there's some things that just kind of get my nervous system all over the place, and I need to just bring it down, right? And one way you can do it is hug a tree. Have you ever, type in the chat, have you ever hugged a tree? I want to know. Just get out there and hug it. And when I'm hugging the tree, I'm pretending right now like I'm hugging the tree. I usually put my leg up when I'm hugging the tree so that my leg can go around the tree. All right, I'm hugging the tree right now. My balance is a little off. But I just feel so connected all the way down to the roots, to the earth, to the ground, to the world, to earth, to God, to everything. And when you're rooted, it really helps your nervous system. They have barefoot shoes for those. Okay, what's he talking about right here? This sounds familiar to you. Barefoot shoes for those who don't like to go natural. Yes, I hug trees. Have you ever seen people that walk barefoot? They are out there, guys. I actually did a race with someone in 20 degrees in Philly, and he was barefoot because they say it's healthier to walk around barefoot, but I don't like that. Health hugs trees. I like that. I want to invite you today. I'm going to do it when I go outside. because there's so many trees here. I've never hugged a palm tree. That's what I'm going to do. Hugging a palm tree. I love that. Even created a cheat sheet for grounding and tree touching, right? All right. These are my notes over here. Not my notes, information over here on Clubhouse. Giving some space if anyone in the Clubhouse world wants to unmic and share their thoughts on the topic of grounding, or maybe there's things that you do for mental health. All right. Come on over here. I got a comment. The stress-free kit, what comes in it and how can I get one? Is it available? So Renee is going to contact that person there, but what's in it? So there are a lot of things in the stress-free kit. And it's crazy because I come up with these wonderful ideas and then I got to jump on it. So when I wrote to the station, by the way, it's this Friday about 9:00, I'll be on. I always put it on my Instagram. I said I want to put a candle in it because I love candles. So there is a candle inside the stress-free kit because I love just the peace. I don't know if anyone here, my computer looks like it's about, that's why we got that dinging noise there. Come on, computer, be nice. At nighttime, I love to bring my peace in my home. And I start with the lighting, right? Lighting is so very important where you have it. Are you bringing your lights down? Are you bringing your pace down? All those sort of things. I may lose you guys over there on YouTube because my battery says low, but I have it plugged in. But anyway, when you're setting yourself up the night before, and I always say your day starts the night before. What does that look like for you? Candles. As I said, that's one of the things in it. Also, I love motivation. This grounding, anchoring. Has anyone here ever heard of anchoring? So for me, if you ever notice, I wear this necklace. And I've been wearing this necklace for over 10 years now. I can't get it off. It's just, thank goodness it's gold. Because if not, my neck would be like another color. But it's an angel wing on it. And it's very important to me. This is an anchor for me. So in the box, there's also a stone. And if you purchased my book when they first came out, I had given stones. And the purpose of these stones are grounding to help keep you motivated. And each stone has a different quote on it. This one actually says balance. And when I began a while ago, I would hold this when I would speak if I would get nervous to help me out, right? To help me realize, well, put the stone in your hand to keep your emotions, to keep you grounded, right? So that's the second thing in there. I see notes over here. I'm loving you guys over here. Great morning. Morning, Greg. What's another thing on it? So you guys know I'm that fitness person, right? So we have to have some fitness stuff in there. So you're also in the stress-free kit because exercise is so important. Exercise is something that's going to help with your mental health. Each month, like I said, in our community, we have some type of fitness challenge, something to keep you moving. And so in there's different bands. So I love exercise, but I got to tell you guys something. In my 5th floor here, I realized the importance of being still, the importance of listening to your body, the importance of slowing down. So very important. So those are some of the things that's in the stress kit. Renee will get your information. I'm going to pause for a second to see if anyone wants to share their thoughts because I don't want to just be the only one talking up here. Exercise.
Yeah, I put something in the chat. My stress relief kit is this. I write music. And then I release it to the public. That's how I let stress out of my body. I write it, I write lyrics, write the music, then I release it on Spotify. So that's how it gets out of me. Once it's gone and I press that publish button, I don't go back to revisit it. That's how I relieve stress.
I love that. And I love how you say you just let it go because some people, they go for that perfection, right? And I was like, I don't go for perfection. First of all, I'm not God. All right. So I don't believe in perfect. I believe in, doing the best you can do. And I love that you said that. What type of music do you write? Is it just whatever flows out of your head? Do you do the music as well? Talk to us about that.
Yeah, I write the lyrics, whatever I'm feeling. I write those lyrics. And then for me, the lyrics always I write the music and the music actually already has lyrics attached to it. I just have to listen closely enough to write those down. Then I hit publish. And I don't care whether anybody ever listens to it. That's not the point. The point is not for the music to be popular. The point is to get it out of my body and out of my head. That's the only point. Nobody ever listens to it on Spotify, that's not the point. The point is for me to get it out of my body. And once I hit publish, then I don't have to deal with it anymore. It's gone. It's out of me.
I love that. Two things I want to share. First of all, if you're listening to this and you're struggling with something, anxiety, depression, something like that, I do have one-on-one consultations for people that may be interested in coaching. Just send me a direct message. But the other thing I wanted to mention, he's talking about music. I actually have, maybe because I'm a fitness professional, so I have so many playlists from teaching classes. And I have a playlist for when I feel sad. Am I the only person who sometimes wants to feel sad, wants to cry, wants to be in that yucky place? I know, it sounds weird.
Oh my gosh, I have an emo playlist. It's seriously, it starts with Avril Lavigne. I'm just saying.
Good
I'm just
Lord.
saying.
Avril Lavigne, she is.
I love
My
it.
daughter's like that. My second oldest daughter. She has, I don't know, she's weird. She's happily married, but she has
She's
a
unique.
heartbreak
Don't say
subject.
weird. Unique.
I mean, unique. We say we're a family, but we're unique. She's happily married, but she has a heartbreak song playlist that she likes to listen to.
I want to share something about that too. That just popped in my head when you said that, right? Epigenetics. Not sure if you ever heard of this. The body holds the score of trauma. Our bodies hold up to 7 generations of trauma. So you're like, why in the world do I want to listen to sad music? My friend, it's not you. It's probably your mother's 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 mother or your father's father, all the way back. So we're feeling all the emotions from these people. And a lot of people are like, no, I don't want to feel. I'm going to be quiet, holding it in. No, it's okay, my friends, to be vulnerable. It's okay. I know it may hurt a little bit. Thank you for that one, Help. Anyone else? What are some other things you may do to release your stress to help with your mental health? Giving you some space here.
Good morning. I hope y'all can hear me okay.
Loud and clear.
All right. Happy Teacher Appreciation Week and happy Cinco de Mayo because you are teaching us, sister, and I'm loving the segment. But for me, it's the writing. And I'm just so grateful that I've been able to just like bring that up. And I feel like it's coming up because I need to do more of it. I love writing on the beach at sunrise, literally poetry, or just free writing, freehand creative writing. But it's that writing that really, truly gives me that release while I'm on the ocean. Flight flex, back to you. Woo!
I love that. We have about 3 minutes till I end here. And if you're just tuning in, I am Tina. We're talking about the importance of looking within, of being still, of sharing with yourself. I mean, you don't have to tell everybody, or if you're wondering, I wrote this book right here. It's called No More Traumedy. It shares a little bit of my story and the things I did to get through my traumedy. Traumedy is when the energies of a trauma and a tragedy collide. Everybody goes through it, but people are afraid to talk about it. When you purchase this book, there's journal prompts in here. There's Bible verses. There's all sorts of things to teach you how to get through. After this book, there's the children's book. The children's book will help you with your children. At the very beginning, adults have to, help them out with it, but teaching children how to tap into their emotions. And Ramon, if you can dive in for a minute or two, I would love your thoughts on today's segment because I just look up to you so much. He's one of my mentors, guys. If you're able to share.
Question would have put her on the spot, but here's a few things I'll say first, Tina. A, I love how you're always evolving. Number 2, I love the multiplicity of platforms. Number 3, I love that as you're speaking, you pause and say, hey, join in. So it's the Stars Tina show. You got the link, and I just love how you're sharing and sharing and sharing. So for me, thank you for asking. But always course correct, always do things better. Me, Stars Tina, I swear over my words 3% of the time. It annoys me, but that's just me. So kudos to you. That's my 2 cents.
What was that last part you said? You said you do what with your words?
Slur over my words sometimes. I realize I'll say words together. I'll just, in the excitement of it, as my brain is going forward, my tongue doesn't keep up, or my tongue's going forward and my brain's trying to catch up. One of the two.
I agree. I was talking with someone yesterday, and I'm from New Jersey, so I talk fast naturally. And he's looking at me like, I didn't know if he was like sick or what, but he like had this gaze. And after the conversation, he says, well, you talk so fast. My mind was like looking at your face, trying to hear what you were saying, trying to understand. He couldn't comprehend. And I didn't even realize I was talking so fast. And so I'm really, really working on slowing down my pace because I really want everyone to be able to understand and catch up. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. With that being said, as I mentioned, I am Tina. I am that coach that's going to take you from good to great to amazing. If you're a woman over 40, over 50, and you're struggling with your weight, I love my community. We had every Monday night, we have accountability meetings, and we all get to share how we feel. We get to share what struggles we're going through, whether it's with food, because trust and believe, if you're in your 30s right now, listen to this 53-year-old woman right now. Things are going to change. It's going to get hard. And in our group, we share the battles we're going through and we're teaching each other, right? So I am able to share my experiences and how I got through it, and it can help you with that as well. With that being said, crew, I am Tina. Hit me up. If you're not a part of my YouTube channel, go over to YouTube and subscribe. Elevate 360 is what we're all about. It's going to empower you internally, externally, all that things. With that being said, I'm finished here. I am back next Wednesday at 8 a.m. Thank you all for rolling through. Peace and a bottle of hair grease. Bye. See ya.